It's good to be alive, good to be alive. Yeah, it's good to be alive, and we all want to see you thrive. Hang on for the ride. This is Paul Vibes, bringing you a spiritual flow and information that can remedy the soul. A man for the people, message in a bottle, but he threw it in a podcast. Now it's full throttle. Life is never hollow, but if you ever feel twisted or need to be lifted, yo, my man is gifted.
Eddie Rivera, welcome to the People's Podcast.
Pleasure to be here.
Welcome. We've been having some good conversations before we started. I was making a joke with him that I should have been recording the whole time. I think you offer a lot of value. You got a lot of things going on. You have a big reach, got a lot of connections, and you're a guy that likes to make things happen. So I appreciate you coming on the show.
Oh, my pleasure. Happy to be here.
So I always check in with my guests. How are you feeling today? Because there's a lot going on in the world. But you look like someone that's versatile. You're a fighter, literally.
No, feeling good. We all just we're just getting through some hurricane winds. So our town was unfortunately knocked down a bit with a bunch of trees. So getting around is a bit difficult. But hey, I'm here. I'm talking to you. Feeling happy and healthy.
Yes, yeah, we're being safe. Just so you know, we are.
That's right.
You can have some of your life. We're staying safe.
That's right.
We are close, but we are here because we felt like there's a lot of things to talk about. There's something that's close to my heart that you've been working on. You created a special needs Zoom class. You're going to tell us more, but that's really cool, man.
Thank you. The Zoom class. So, listen, I own New York Fitness and Boxing. New York Fitness and Boxing has been servicing the community since 2014. Our core business model is really producing a bunch of group classes. So that's where we make the majority of our money. We also offer private classes. They're all, relatively speaking, nicely priced, especially for this particular community. But because of COVID-19, unfortunately, all New York gyms are closed, and so I'm no different. So there are many gyms like me trying to figure out, what are the next steps. And unfortunately, New York State hasn't given us a date for when we can enter the market. And so you need to be very creative in trying to keep the lights on. So maybe that's something you want to talk about.
Yes, and I just want to say something to you. I mean, you're keeping your cool right now, and I have a lot of friends Long Island MMA, different gyms. And when they start talking about this subject, I could never have them on the podcast like you. So I appreciate you coming on, keeping your cool for now.
Yeah.
But I feel bad because at the end of the day, there's someone made this good point the other day. They said if people aren't going to die from COVID, they're going to die from having to close their business down, not feed their family. So we're going to talk about these classes though instead. But
sure.
How hard has it been for you to adjust and make those changes to survive? How challenging has that been for you?
Well, it can be a bit demoralizing in many ways, right? Your business is humming along, doing great. In my particular case, it took us about 4 years to really see some decent profits. And it came right around the time COVID showed up. And so to see it plummet in that way is very, very discouraging. And again, I'm no different from the next guy. It's unfortunate. This is where we are. I understand it and I appreciate why we're having to close. I get that. And we're doing the best we can to comply. So we're offering these Zoom classes you spoke about because listen, if you don't have a way to pivot or adjust, you're going to fall apart.
Yes.
So as an owner, and this is just my experience, it's important for you to speak with your landlord and talk about some options. In my case, my landlord was extremely flexible with us. We managed to drop our rent close to about 90%. Only because he understood my position, and we always had a great relationship with him. We always paid on time, and so as long as you have a positive rapport, you should be able to have that conversation. If you don't, then you'll be digging into your own pockets, or you'll be digging into your cash flow, your business cash flow, which is something that many of us are dealing with right now. So
you made that adjustment.
We made that adjustment.
Zoom. But what's really cool, and you made a comment, like listen, most gyms are making that pivot online. What I think is so cool, and I have a personal connection with the special needs community, is that you are offering some really special, really amazing, and it's been a hit from what I've heard and what you've shared, and people have shared with me, these special classes, which is providing support for the special needs population.
Yeah, and I have to say it's not entirely my idea. We had a recent News 12 feature this story. It was really my daughter who raised this about 2 years ago or so. And so I thought it was a great opportunity for me to introduce something new. Hey, I had the time, I had the space, and so I said, let's give it a shot. And so it was my daughter's wish for me to create something specific to her and her friends and her needs.
I should have had her come on the show.
Yeah, she's definitely a
Next
hand.
time.
But it was because of her I decided to move in this direction. I'm very happy we did, because I didn't realize the need out there for a service like this. Most gyms want to be associated with the sexy and beautiful, so I can understand why a lot of gyms kind of stay away from this. This is work, right? You're dealing with mental illnesses. You have to understand what it means to train someone like that. There definitely needs to be some knowledge on how to train kids like that. Now my daughter has a special need, so by default I feel like I'm an expert, but I'm not, right? They're children with autism, with a number of different mental issues, and that goes the same with physical conditions as well, and I'm learning about all these things.
And the patients and your staff, not just you, but the people that you're having work with these young adults have to be top quality patient. They come in with a bad day, and I've had people in gyms that forget about working with special needs. They don't have enough patients to work with average individuals,
Adults,
whatever you want.
Even, yeah.
And so how does that, when you were working with your staff to really?
Yeah, well, you need to buy in. You need your staff to buy in. Many of them recognize that we couldn't continue to keep the doors open unless we made some adjustments. So they understood, you can continue to stay on board, but this is the vision I have for now until we get a bit more guidance and direction from our state. But we're going to continue to work on these Zoom classes and open up our program, our what we call a unique program called the Box Fitness Experience for Special Needs to these special kids. And so I had to send my staff to get proper training as well.
Amazing.
So that's exactly what we did. And it's a learning experience. We're still learning, right? We're having kids that come in who can't speak, who can't talk, and you're trying to get them physical again. You're trying to get them focused, and that takes patience for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely. How has that experience been for you though? Like you said, you've been learning from it and the community's feedback, because a lot of people, even everyday people, have trouble adapting online. Are there people in your gym that you've spoken to that, listen, I'd rather wait till it comes back? How do you find that happening?
Yeah, we get that as well. Many of them, especially depending on their mental illness, they can't take construction over Zoom, right?
Yeah.
Unless, of course, there's a need there. And even so, these children don't feel they're not getting the full experience, right? Because I can't sit there and guide them.
I feel that for
form
school
and function,
right?
Right. So I appreciate that too. So what we do offer private classes, and these private classes happen outside the gym. So we if there's a need for a child to come in, we mask up. We do all the proper protocols when it comes to COVID-19, and then we offer the classes outside. And even that's a great area, to be honest.
Yeah, it's tricky. And I even, like I said, I'm going to school for social work. I have a learning disability, so sometimes online learning, some of these classes aren't even live, so you're not even having that live interaction with people. And I just want to ask you a question. If you have people watching this who may not have a son or a daughter or someone in their family with special needs, but they want to contribute, they want to support your gym and maybe sponsor. I don't know if I'm putting you on the spot, but do you offer any type of sponsorship program? Because I know a lot of friends and people who are philanthropists in the community that may not be able to enroll someone, but might want to sponsor somebody.
Yeah, I mean, sponsorship comes in many ways, right? The fact that you're talking about us and you're using your social media platform to talk about what we're doing, hey, I'll take that too. It doesn't always have to be monetary, right?
Cool.
We've had a number of individuals support us and send money in our direction so we can keep the program running. So we're very thankful and fortunate for those individuals. The main thing for me is really just getting the word out. And I think a lot of parents feel like their kids can't do it. And that's the big struggle, right? This is a fitness program, no different from what a lot of your children are already experiencing in school. We just have a different approach to it, right? You're putting on gloves. We're showing you various moves and combinations. We call it the 6-punch combo. You can do that in a million ways. And we're keeping the kids active. For some reason, a lot of these parents, even those with children who have high abilities, mental high abilities, for some reason they don't think that their child can do it, and it's unfortunate because I think every child should be given an opportunity.
Absolutely, and then what's really cool about these online classes, I'm a part of a board on a nonprofit that supports the special needs community. I look forward to sharing this information along to them. Is what's really cool is you might get people that maybe otherwise wouldn't have been enrolled into those classes or been inside your gym. Have you found that you maybe have some new people coming that are that enjoy the comfort of their home? They enjoy doing the class at home, and maybe when things are opening up, now you have kind of new people. Do you find that happening?
Oh yeah, I mean, I should mention that.
That's cool, right?
The program itself is an online on-site program. So the point is here is that if you become a member and you decide to participate in the program, you can continue to enjoy it from the safety of your home,
Yes.
or bring the child in. Right?
Perfect. Yeah.
So that's absolutely available. As I said before, we just haven't received the okay yet from the New York State to allow that second phase, but that's exactly what we're looking forward to.
I want to ask you a more personal question.
Yeah.
Speaking of this COVID, the challenges, not just as a business owner, but as a father, and then also as somebody, we both can connect as a father, right? But also in having a child with special needs and this theme of overcoming challenges. What has maybe being a father of somebody with special needs, this experience with COVID, this idea of overcoming challenges and pivoting, like what have you learned during those different challenges in your life and things that you've learned to overcome? I know it's a broad question.
It's a broad question, but a lot of us can find ourselves in a place where depression kicks in, right? Because change is hard for many people, right? Mm-hmm. Those that can find a way to find the light in a positive direction, they're the ones that are going to succeed through all this. It's unfortunate, you find yourself in a bad place, and you find yourself with a bunch of lemons, and make yourself some lemon juice.
That's what we're drinking right here.
Right? So you got to find a way to overcome that. And I say that, and I realize that's not easy to do. But I think that's a personality character trait that is at least embedded in me. I've always had a positive attitude. I don't look at things half empty. That's just not my attitude.
I think that's why we get along so far. Is that you are like that. I'm the type of person too where I made a comment. I'm backlogged with podcasts. A lot of people might be stressed. I'm like, I choose not to be stressed. I choose to be thankful.
Yeah, that's right.
Right? I could complain. I'm like, you know what? I could look back at this time during COVID and be like, I did nothing. I vegged out. I complained. I was depressed. Right. But I made that decision every day. I wake up. I'm like, what connections can I make? Who can I call? I want to get Eddie. I want to get these things rolling. And I choose that. And I respect you and having children and having somebody with special needs in your family and not choosing to roll down and, as they say, die during these challenges.
No, you got to fight. You got to fight through it, right? What else did we do? The gym, it had nothing to do with fitness, but we also ran a food drive, right? So I had the space. So I took the opportunity to run a massive food drive out of my location. We raised about 400 pounds of food and almost about $4,000 in cash donations.
Congratulations.
And thank you. And that went over to our local community, our food banks. Happy to mention their name. They're called Helping Hands in Huntington.
Helping Hands in Huntington.
Yeah,
I've heard of them.
So that's just an example, right? I could have sat down and crawled into a ball, but I decided to take this opportunity to do something great.
Mm-hmm. And that's when the person that reached out to me, I'm not going to give his name, he likes to keep under the radar, as you know. He said the same thing. He said that this is somebody who has a business. This is how they're struggling, but this is how they're choosing to not just try to find a way to, pick themselves up, but it's something that's supporting others.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know. I feel like you agree with me. This is that when you put out good energy, I mean, you should give good energy out and do good things without expecting anything in return. But as you know, it's a universal law in a way. The energy that you put out will be reflected back.
Yeah, and I would also add, we all can talk a good talk, but actually delivering is a whole different story. So I felt like with my own son, I wanted to show him that, hey, we can sit here and we can cry, we can do something about it. So, he got to experience that as well. Amazing. And I think he got a lot of value out of that, and hopefully that'll carry on when it's his time to do something.
You mean watching you adapt during this time?
Correct.
Perfect.
Correct.
Just for people watching this, as we sort of wrap up on this segment, where can people reach out to you, email you? I'm going to put this on the description just for people watching this now. Where can they connect?
Yeah, so we're located 1976 Jericho Turnpike, East Northport, New York. That's where we're physically located. You can check us out on Instagram and on Facebook, New York Fitness and Boxing, spelled out, New York Fitness and Boxing. Or you can reach out to me directly, Eddie at NewYorkFitnessandBoxing.com.
Perfect. And just so you know, this is a segment we obviously talked about the special needs class, but we are going to have another segment together, more content, and we're going to be talking about entrepreneurship. We're going to talk pivoting and adapting to your surroundings and go more into his different businesses and future businesses and different things you got in the works.
Sure.
And also, just so you know, if you're watching this and you want to comment, if you want to have Eddie back on and talk about different subjects that you think that him and I could have a good dialogue on, or if you have a question for him, he's very open. Reach out to him, send him a question. But yeah, anything else you want to leave the viewers on about the special needs class?
I said, give to your community, guys. COVID-19 is bringing a lot of families down. It doesn't have to be that way, right? Go out there and support your community.
Beautiful. Great way to end it. Thank you so much.
All right.
Boom.
Now it's full throttle. Life is never hollow, but if you ever feel twisted or need to be lifted, yo, my man is gifted.